After the Iran war failure, Trump eyes the Pacific as the U.S. Army prepares for a tougher challenge from China. Revealed, Washington is preparing for more than just China's rise, with the U.S. military bracing for a potential high-intensity war. New Patriot battalion for Guam. Is Trump rushing to strengthen the island as Xi Jinping keeps Taiwan in focus? Guam is set to receive a new missile shield, but can Patriot systems protect the strategic island amid growing interceptor shortages? Guam's defenses are getting a major boost as a new Patriot battalion prepares to strengthen the U.S. military presence in the Pacific. Trump is building a Pacific missile wall as Guam prepares to receive Patriot and drone defense capabilities. The U.S. Army is on track to stand up a new Patriot battalion on Guam by October, according to the War Zone, strengthening the island's growing air and missile defense network. The new battalion will be equipped with the Patriot surface-to-air missile system, adding another major capability to protect the strategically vital U.S. territory. The new 3rd Battalion, 43rd Air Defense Artillery Regiment, is expected to add another layer of protection as Washington prepares Guam for increasingly sophisticated missile threats. More than 120 soldiers are already stationed on Guam, while Patriot launchers and other air defense systems are expected to arrive on the island in the coming months. The new battalion will help provide 360-degree, layered protection against incoming missile threats, according to the U.S. Army, significantly expanding Guam's defensive coverage. The new unit will combine Patriot with the Enduring Shield system, creating a layered defense designed to counter different types of aerial threats approaching Guam. Enduring Shield is designed to counter cruise missiles, drones, and other lower-tier aerial threats that could challenge Guam's existing defense architecture. Together, the Patriot and Enduring Shield systems are expected to provide 360-degree air and missile defense coverage, strengthening protection for the island and its critical military infrastructure. Guam remains a critical U.S. military hub in the Western Pacific, supporting major air and naval operations across the Indo-Pacific and serving as a key strategic base. The island hosts vital military facilities, including Andersen Air Force Base and Naval Base Guam, both of which play an important role in U.S. regional operations. Washington has been steadily expanding Guam's defenses as concerns grow over increasingly capable ballistic, cruise missile, and hypersonic threats in the Pacific. Drawing lessons from Iran's war against the U.S., China is boosting its own stealth technologies to counter advanced aircraft. China is now reportedly testing simpler ways to detect, track and shoot down stealth jets, potentially challenging their battlefield advantage. Primarily aimed at American fighters, China is combining manpads with air defense missiles to create layered threats. Chinese state media claimed PLA teams coordinated fire against simulated stealth targets during military exercises designed to test detection. China reportedly used man-portable air defense systems alongside HQ-16 missiles in coordinated firing drills. Chinese media alleged that manpads can exploit infrared signatures that stealth aircraft cannot completely hide from detection. A PLA drill reportedly used manpads to target low-signature aircraft during nighttime firing exercises designed to test the tactic. Unlike radar-guided systems, infrared missiles track heat generated by aircraft engines and airframes, offering another detection method. The systems reportedly had to be fired almost simultaneously to prevent one missile from tracking another during the coordinated engagement. The tactic would require precise coordination because manpads have a much shorter range compared with conventional air defense systems. Chinese experts claimed she is exploring lower-cost weapons against high-value stealth targets, potentially creating an asymmetric threat. Experts alleged manpads could work alongside radars, data links, and multiple sensors to improve detection of difficult-to-track aircraft. Beijing has also invested in low-frequency radars and multistatic detection systems designed to strengthen its broader counter-stealth capabilities. China's anti-stealth strategy is reportedly far broader than portable infrared missiles, combining multiple sensors and weapons into a layered network. China is reportedly being urged to speed up plans to mobilize civilian ships for military use in future wars. An article in Defense Industry Conversion in China said civilian vessels could provide critical support for Chinese military operations during wartime. The article said China's growing maritime security requirements and military needs had made the rapid mobilization of civilian ships increasingly important. Experts said Beijing should draw lessons from Britain's 1982 Falklands War experience, according to the South China Morning Post. Li Jin said, and I quote, "As China's national security and development interests continue to extend into the maritime domain, the growing demands for maritime rights protection and military operations have increasingly highlighted the critical role of civilian ship mobilization." Unquote. Britain had mobilized dozens of commercial ships within days during the Falklands War to transport aircraft, fuel, troops, and other critical military supplies. Li urged China to build a detailed database covering civilian ships, including their speed, cargo capacity, ownership, and available crews. The proposal also called for detailed plans covering command structures, communication systems, and the rapid mobilization of civilian ships during wartime. China was urged to conduct more exercises to test whether civilian vessels could effectively support military logistics and sustain operations during wartime. Experts also called for new civilian ships to be designed with features that would allow them to be rapidly converted for military use when required. The Zhenhua 33 semi-submersible vessel was cited as an example of a civilian ship that could offer significant dual-use potential during military operations. China also recently sparked debate after modular missile systems were reportedly seen aboard the Zhongde A-79, raising fresh concerns over civilian-military integration. These developments raised questions over whether Beijing could eventually transform parts of its massive merchant fleet into combat support or even frontline platforms. China's sixth-generation fighter has now shown off unprecedented maneuvers in new footage, offering another glimpse of a large tailless aircraft still under flight testing. The footage showed the Chengdu-developed aircraft executing a complex high-alpha move, moving through an extreme nose-up attitude before a sharp descent and recovery. The aircraft enters high-alpha flight at a demanding angle of attack, where airflow over its wings and control surfaces becomes far less stable and predictable. It then pitches over rapidly before entering a steep descent, requiring the flight control system to manage a sudden and dramatic shift in aircraft attitude. The jet transitions from high-alpha flight into a near-vertical dive, a move that can rapidly increase speed while reducing the pilot's margin for error. It performs a sharp recovery while maintaining aircraft control, avoiding an aerodynamic stall or loss of stability as forces rise during the pullout. The aircraft must rapidly manage changing airspeed and energy, preventing it from gaining too much speed in the dive or losing too much for recovery. It continues climbing immediately after recovering from the dive, showing that it retained enough energy, thrust, and control authority to regain altitude. However, recovering from the steep dive may be the most demanding phase of the entire maneuver, because the aircraft must regain control under rapidly increasing aerodynamic pressure. The flight control system must manage rapidly changing angles of attack, shifting the jet from an extreme nose-up condition into a steep descent and controlled recovery. It must maintain control as airflow becomes less predictable, particularly around a tailless airframe that lacks conventional horizontal and vertical stabilizers. The aircraft has to control rapidly changing airspeed during the dive, preventing excessive acceleration that could strain the airframe or complicate the recovery. It must withstand potentially high G-loads during recovery, as the jet pulls out of the dive and rapidly redirects its flight path upward. The maneuver must remain within aerodynamic and structural limits, ensuring high loads and unstable airflow do not damage the aircraft or cause a loss of control. The jet also has to preserve enough energy to climb after recovery, demonstrating that the dive and pullout did not exhaust its available performance margin. The maneuvers are even more striking given the fighter's unusual size and tailless design, a configuration that can aid stealth but creates serious control challenges.
Upgrade your news experience with the all-new HT app. Download now.